Good afternoon. Happy Friday, wherever you may be. Trust you're enjoying your day. I was talking to somebody earlier today, and I thought I'd share part of it, and the importance of what is shadow work. What's the relevancy of it? Why is it important? And why should I be paying attention to it? And I'm going to use me as the example that myself at one point I was very good at masking things, and I masked things so well that whether it was intentional or unintentional, it was there. And I think for a lot of us, myself included, it was to strive in being the best version of me. Working, either being in the gym, putting the extra hours in at work, and filling my weekend. And then the weeks went by, the months went by, and then at one point when I got hit with an interrupt from the soul, or when I got hit with the interruption from the universe after my fifth near-death experience, or throughout the day, I finally attained at one point my dream job as flying professionally. Through the daytime smiling about it, but then at nighttime the tears would come down, and like at times, man, it was like, this sucks. So what is the ascension work? Or some people may refer to it as the dark night of the soul. I got very lucky that I met somebody that the universe sent 100 years ahead of time to assist those that are ready now. We are here as a spiritual being, and we're here for a short amount of time living a temporary human experience. So with whatever we're experiencing today, whether we like it, do not like it, and this year being an 8 vibration, it's being in one's power with this. And it's a wondrous opportunity to close all the karma, because next year is going to be 2025, which is the universal year 9. It's to close everything. So when the soul decides to show up here, the soul is technically either millions, billions, or some of the souls are trillions of years old. The average lifespan here is anywhere, it depends, from birth until the time 50, 70, 80, 100 years, depending from my higher perspective. We're really here for a short amount of time. And while we're here, a major reason why the souls decide to show up here, and the soul, when it takes a chance showing up here, it's not to live the human experience. It's a tiny part of it. What the soul's asking for is the soul is stuck with all of the repeated and then the recycled lifetimes, and every lifetime that when the volunteered ambassador showed up, the job never got done, meaning the shadow work, the negative frequency, the negative energy, the trapped emotional shit on the inside never got released. I'm sharing this because at some point this is going to take off, and when it takes off, it's there to get people out from the mess or out from the rut. And it doesn't matter if it's either as a professional, business owner, being relentless, being driven, being as a multimillionaire, doctor, lawyer, commercial pilot, whatever the profession may be. At one point in this new consciousness, I'm using me as the example, it had forced me to go on the inside and removing and releasing all the masks, the artificialness of it. Because when we leave here, we carry all what's on the inside of us. Specifically, if we have reoccurring thoughts, or reoccurring their dreams at night, or when we wake up. I used to wake up and I used to have certain repeated dreams, whether it was work related, or the career that I was in, or there was tension or conflicts, or there's something like, man, I haven't closed that yet. And it was the universe's way of saying, hey, you have a file here that needs to get closed. So in order to close it, I'd identify the feeling, and then when I connect with when we show up here, we're never here on alone. We're here assigned with usually 5 volunteer guides in the light. and with the soul, that when we show up here and we connect with this properly, this is where we can go in there and rapidly close all these files. And once they're closed, the universe is going to say, and with the soul, saying, going to say, thank you very much for dealing with this. And once that's closed, then the soul is going to say, here, I have another plate for you, and I have another plate. And every one of these plates, once they're properly dealt with, once they're all closed properly, at one point the soul is going to say, hey, remember that prior to showing up here, the soul is going to say, hey, I also brought with you several suitcases worth of gifts. And the gifts can be either in the form of intuition, awakening, downloads, tapping into other access type information. And it's a super cool experience. And in order to really own it, to really tap into it properly, I'm saying from my own experience, you had to go in there and I had to show the universe, was I interested or was I committed? And the moment I really dug in, I went through that, whatever it is on the inside I didn't want to see, and it took a lot of guts going in there. And the moment I did the shadow work, however dark, however deep it was, and I came out of it, it was like, man, that wasn't so bad. And from an experience from childhood, it was a tiny, tiny thing that when it got overextended by me as the ambassador, eventually at one point it got out of hand. So the new guided meditations, this is where you can go back in, and once you identify what's the feeling, because we live in this physical realm, and from the universe's side, from the soul's perspective, what makes it very, very interesting here is the emotional frequency, the energy. Once you identify it, you can unplug it, and you can go all the way back wherever that incident came from. You can go deeper with it, because you don't want to deal with the symptom. You have to go down to where's the root cause coming from. And once you start unplugging that, there's a whole other version of ourself, or a whole other version of me. And with the willingness, the perseverance of it. And I'll share with you as an example that when I became committed with the universe, and I really took this to heart, at one point, my soul and the universe, they showed me one of my gifts, and it is completely off the chart compared to what it's like living in this physical world. What's important is, and I'm sharing with this, that it's attainable for anyone, that when we show up here, that it is important to have all the shadow work done, meaning everything from the past, even if we're like, man, that was just an experience. Man, you just toughen up and you keep going through it. I'd like to share that in our 20s and or my 20s or 30s. Thankfully, I put it towards a career, a professional career. At one point, the time catches up. And thank goodness I utilized my time wisely with it. I'm also aware now that there's another clock that's ticking, that I only have so much more time here before it's my time to go. And what am I going to do with that remaining time here? So when we leave here, as a summary, all I can say is from what my own understanding of it, my own experience of it is, the more that's closed up here, when we leave here, wherever we're going, I want to make darn sure that whatever I had or whatever was there, that it's rapidly closed. That way when I do leave here, there's no coming back. There's no coming back with this. So you can hear that in my voice. So some food for thought. And until the next video, be kind with yourself, treat each other well, take care, and have a fantastic day.